The cult of Scientology.
Scientology breaks up families. Yeah, I will do. Thank you, sir. Cheers. So where's Scientology, man? Hey, I remember you. You're the guy who has all the problems, right? Where's Scientology? Scientology breaks up families. Thank you. Knowledge is free, Scientology is not. So where's Scientology, ladies? So where's Scientology, sir? Scientology ruins lives. The cult designed to make money.
Definitely agree.
Thank you very much. Scientology's a scam, man.
Why are you wasting your time?
I'm not wasting my time. If no one comes out and speaks out against these people, they'll carry on.
I know they're insane, but let them be.
No, because you're obviously not aware of the kind of things that they do.
What are they doing?
They break up families, they brainwash its members. I mean, it's a cult designed to make money. They were fined over £500,000 for fraud. They physically abuse their staff. They force some members to have abortions. Some people are forced to sign billion-year contracts with the church. It leaves people financially and mentally ruined. They're told that they believe that if they don't go along, if they leave Scientology, they can amount to nothing. Which is why a lot of ex-members have actually committed suicide. There are
Were you one of them?
Huh?
Were you an ex-member?
I'm not an ex-member myself, no. I'm basically just someone who was always aware that Scientology was a dangerous organisation. But the more I looked into it, the more kind of disgusted and appalled I was when I realised what they've done in the past and what they're continuing to do today. So
everyone has a choice, and if they choose to do this, then
well, they choose to abuse their members. The thing is,
obviously their members let them, so I don't know.
Well, it's a mind control cult. So the things that they do are not. You have to understand this is not just a sort of business you can stand up one day and walk out of. There's a book out at the moment called Blown for Good, and it's about a guy who wanted to leave Scientology, was basically held prisoner. They had security guards and barbed wire on the fencing and stuff, so he couldn't get out. He managed to eventually escape. When he was driving away on a dirt bike, Scientologists chased him and actually knocked him off the road in an SUV. And the only reason that he managed to then get away was because the police saw them hitting this guy off the road. All he wanted to do was just leave Scientology.
His problem, he shouldn't have joined from the first place.
Right, but people when they join are not aware that Scientology does this.
It's their problem.
Well, maybe, but at the end of the day, if you weren't aware of what the church did, and you were offered one of their tests one day and you went along with it, you might be quite thankful if that never occurred because someone raised a bit of awareness.
Well, good for you.
Yeah?
Good for you. I hope you don't freeze. It's really cold.
Well, it's alright.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Good luck.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Out of curiosity, has anyone come out?
What, the Scientologists?
Yeah.
No? Not really.
How long have you been standing in here?
What's the time at the moment?
2:34.
About an hour and
Nothing.
hour and a half.
Not yet.
Will you give us some leaflets?
Yeah, but take a leaflet and sort of, just sort of go away and
Several different leaflets.
That's all right. I'm sure it's got a couple of good web addresses on there and stuff like that. Anyway, just have a look. At the end of the day, we're not here to religiously persecute people. And I mean, you're entitled to your own views, but I genuinely
Exactly. So if there's So what do you usually do?
Yeah, hang on. I'm sorry, my hands are so numb. I haven't got hands anymore.
You're students?
I'm not. No. I agree with what you're saying about, at the end of the day, we're not here to religiously persecute people. Scientology isn't a religion. It commits crimes, and the thing is, if no one speaks out against it, no one's ever going to be aware. Why allow something that's evil in the world to continue when all it takes is just that little bit of effort to come out and stand up against it?
They can actually calculate your stress level or something.
Oh, they can.
What is this?
Well, it's the way that they get people in.
Out that you're stressed and you need to buy a book.
Yeah. Basically, they tell you have problems, and that the only way to get rid of those problems is Scientology.
And they also.
Do they have a heaven and hell as well, or?
Do they have what? Sorry.
A heaven and hell. Just like every other religion.
No. When you get to the kind of top levels, if you look on one of the websites, it'll be there. It's this ludicrous story about basically how all religion is a load of nonsense because it's false reality implanted within these things called thetans. So, I mean, it's quite funny that they actually have Christmas decorations up, because when you get to the top of Scientology, you find out that all religion is just a load of nonsense anyway. Well, the reason we're actually here today is in memory of someone called Lisa McPherson. And Lisa McPherson was basically held captive by Scientologists. For 17 days, they deprived her of food and water, and she died as a result of that.
Why?
Because that's just the way they decided to treat her. She was in a hospital. I think maybe if you Google Lisa McPherson, the story's all there. But I mean, you say, oh, why'd you bother? But I can guarantee you, she would have liked someone to have maybe raised a bit of awareness before she got into Scientology. There's a lot of cases out there like that. It's not an isolated incident. The truth is out there. If you, at the end of the day, look into both sides of the story and do end up getting into Scientology, I haven't got a problem with that in the slightest.
Oh, no, fuck no.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I have enough problems already.
Without Scientology.
No, I have to go back to my neuroscience essay.
Yeah, anyway, have a nice weekend. Oh. Because they attack their critics, sir. They attack their critics. Attack their critics. So
they stalk them. They also give you flip minutes, do they?
They don't. That's, no, obviously we're against Scientology.
Yeah, literally attack them.
They have
a couple of people who researched it. The BBC guy who lost his shit with them.
John Sweeney, yeah. I mean, when he went out there, he didn't even tell them he was there, and they actually followed him to his hotel and stuff. We had a member of Anonymous who last year was followed for 3 days in London. The most famous case is Operation Freakout, when before the internet they tried a reporter just writing a book about Scientology. Basically, because he was speaking out against it, they decided to either have her put in a prison or in a mental institution. We're here today in memory of Lisa McPherson, who is one of several people who've lost their lives as a result of Scientology. If you take a leaflet, there's plenty more information available.
Why are you demonstrating against Scientology in particular, rather than say the church?
Well, because the Catholic Church was not set up on the premise that Scientology was. I mean, I'm not here to religiously persecute people. Basically, the more I looked into Scientology, the more appalled I was by all the crimes that it commits. And it got to the stage where I thought, well, I can either sort of stand by and do nothing, or come out and actually do something about it. That's what I'm doing.
Fair enough. I think Catholic Church and a lot of other bad shit.
Oh, no, fair enough. At the end of the day, the Catholic Church was not set up by a science fiction writer quoted saying the best way to make money would be to start your own religion.
Yeah, no, true.
It doesn't
based on politics. It's all trying to get as much cash as possible, isn't it?
To some extent, I can see where you're coming from. But as I say, I'm not here to religiously persecute people.
Fair enough.
It's the cult of Scientology. So,
good luck.
Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend, yeah? The way of Scientology. Oh God, rain. Rain tech? No.